Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am ANYA USHAKOVA. Thank you for being here. Today is September 9th, 2020, and in the California wine country from where I am filming, the weather is beyond words, really. The fires that have been consuming the state of California continue to do so. And we are, where I am, underneath the ashes, you can say. And in the morning, it looked like midnight already. In the afternoon, at 3 o'clock, it was midnight and lights were on at everyone's houses, outdoors. So nature is having its way with us in every way this year, as we all know. Today, I am here to talk about something that I've been thinking about for a while, particularly in this year with one event after the next. And I spoke to one of my subscribers who is young and beautiful and wise. She may be in her late 20s, she may be early 30s. She's gorgeous. And her name is Tasha. And I am grateful to Tasha, because we talked this morning and we said to one another at the same time, it came to us in that moment. I mean, we'd individually been thinking about it, but the two of us together, right? She said and I said, what do we really need every day that we wake up? In these times when there's one drama after the next on a daily basis, and we never know what it's going to be. The pandemic, a riot, a violent scene in an urban center that we might be caught up in, unfortunately. Fires raging. It's, noon, high noon on today, and it looks like it's midnight with lights on and skies are orange, can't see the sun. We wear masks, we hardly recognize one another. So much is happening. And so Tasha and I were saying, what do we really need when we wake up for the day? What do we really need? What would I really take with me, or what would she take with her if we had to evacuate from our homes immediately? Because in the wine country during these fires, of course, it's standard operating procedure to say, have a bag packed, but with what? At a moment's notice, you might have to leave, right? So I gave that thought, and I will tell you what I had in my bag. It was as little as possible. It was, with what I would wear on that day, beyond what I would have on, but one more change of clothing for a day. Lingerie, of course, undergarments and so on. My toiletries, the things that I need with me to feel fresh and to feel I can greet any day. And then some documents, my passport, documents that of importance, so that if it were necessary for someone to know who I am, and it would be necessary in case of anything, then everything would be there. My wishes and so on. On the other hand, I would need all these documents to refer to, right? But I didn't even pack photographs this time, nothing. It was just, I thought if I need to go, let's, bring it down to its elemental level. So we talked about this, and we also talked about how harsh these times are that we're living through, really harsh. Extremely harsh on our psyches, on our physical bodies. It's exhausting to maintain even a low level of stress about world events and how they're affecting us. It's exhausting. Even if we get 8 hours of sleep a night or more, sometimes we wake up very, very tired, right? So what's really needed at this moment in time, when all we can do is travel inwards, not outwards. We can't get on a flight without great risk. I mean, there's so much we cannot do. Our worlds have become very small. It's like, what will you put in that bag when you have to evacuate? Well, how will you live your daily life given the constraints of where we find ourselves right now? So I said to Tasha, we need to soften ourselves up, all of us. I mean, I will just speak for myself. Instead of becoming reactive to someone's nonsense or trying to convince anyone of anything that might be wise to do, like, please don't cough right next to me, or can you wear your mask if we're in a crowded supermarket? Small things that might keep us from becoming ill, and these things that these small things that we're being asked to do to take care of one another these days. So instead of reacting even, in any way, is to soften ourselves up. In other words, rather than going to the extreme on the harsh end, on the taking the path of frustration, annoyance, which then turns to anger, which then ends up in violence on the streets, let's not even begin walking that walk. It's so easy to do these days. Couples who are together and have been sheltering together for months on end, who aren't used to it, there's so many instances of it being a very dramatic sort of experience for both. It's too much of too muchness under too much stress. And so instead of escalating what could be a conversation into something that moves into annoyance, something that turns up into an argument, we need to counterbalance, all of us, men, women, all ages, counterbalance the extreme harshness that is out there, that nature is imposing on us right now, with the tsunami of the pandemic, with the tsunami of fires, with the tsunami of floods and hurricanes and, natural disasters. And with the metaphoric tsunami of a very harsh political landscape in the United States that, some are saying might create a civil war in this country. Well, here's what we need to do, every single one of us. I'm going to ask this of all of you. I'm asking of you what I'm asking of myself. Who am I when I'm not feeling annoyed, when I'm not feeling so worried, when I'm not feeling stressed, when I'm not feeling annoyance and anger and frustration and I just want to react? Who can I be and who am I if I take all that away? And remember who I am and who I really want to be and what I really want to show to you. My neighbor, my lover, my friend, my acquaintance, grocery store clerk, bank clerk, anyone. I am a human being just like you, who knows how to love, who knows how to be upset, who knows how to worry. But when I ask for something in a soft way, by way of humanity, by way of caring about the other person, by way of being relational instead of individualistic in my approach, in conversation, in disagreement, in any circumstance where there is the other, I am that energy too. Do you understand what I'm saying? Softness, a quieter tempo, creates calmness and a quieter tempo in the other, or surely can create, unless the other is sort of, on the edge, on the ledge of massive reactivity and doesn't know how to dial himself down. So in these times when, just when you think, well, it can't get any tougher tomorrow, what will tomorrow bring? Again, focus on yourself. And remember who you are and how you want to present yourself day in, day out. You might meet someone who looks at you in an angry way or in a cold way, or says something to you that feels, just doesn't feel friendly. What are you going to do? What you're going to do is say, hello, I hope you're well. I hope you're staying safe. It's nice to see you. And walk away. Somebody who is growling, somebody who is whining, someone who acts as if he doesn't want to see you, wish him well. Thank you for, for being my friend, for being my acquaintance. I'm glad to see that you're safe and well. Find a few words to make yourself feel better. And the other person too, because who knows what he's going through. I don't in the moment, perhaps. So, soft power, not hard power. Power with, not power over. We've had too much of that in the history of the United States, in the history of the world. Power over. No, power with. Soft power. Relational communication. We are not loners. We are all connected to one another. So everything I do when I'm around you affects you. Everything. Everything I say, the words I use, the expression on my face. It's like when somebody says, well, I didn't say that. Well, you may not have said it in your words, but you said it in your body language. You said it in your facial expressions, because all that matters. Soften up. Soften the expression. Soften your heart. Step into empathy. 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 How does it feel for the other person to be so enraged? How does it feel to feel so stressed? Well, we know how it feels. We know all these emotions in one way or another, all of us as human beings. We've encountered them in others, and we've surely experienced some of these emotions in our own lives coming from ourselves. So, empathy. Keywords. Empathy. Relational. I am you, you are me, we are one. What you say, how I respond, we affect one another. And drop the judgment. It's unbelievable to me how much judgment there is out there in the world. So much judgment of one another. We're not going to become wiser, kinder, gentler human beings moving into the Aquarian age beginning this year if we go about judging one another. Check in with yourselves. Am I being judgmental when I say that? Where's that coming from within me? Stop that. Stop that. This is not a time to judge one another. This is a time to, if you don't know where to find it, dig deep within yourself. Kindness. How to be kind to someone. Even if they express some unkindness to you, you don't have to get involved in that. So when you get up every day from here forward, ask yourself, what do I really need to take with me today when I walk out the door, and not even in an evacuation scene, but just when I walk out the door and into the world and I move about, what do I need to take with me? So it may not be a physical bag in which you put documents or photographs or toiletries or lingerie, as it is in my case as well. Or if I have a beautiful, beautiful ancient Austrian crystal necklace that was a gift from my mother's husband towards the end of his life, belonging to his grandmother, who traveled from Russia to China to the White Russians. You know, this is very, very ancient and very beautiful. Why do I wear it? Because if I had to leave the house right now, I would take something of beauty with me. And that something of beauty would be what I'm wearing right now. This beautiful Austrian crystal necklace. Thanking Alexander, my mother's husband, for this. God rest his soul. What will you take with you when you walk out the door? When you greet your husband, your wife, your lover, your friend, your acquaintance? You decide what's going to come out from you to the other person. Let's dial down the harshness that we're all living through. All the noise. All the noise. So, enough for today. I want to come back a little bit more frequently in the next few months during this very harsh climate in the world, particularly in the US, and just come in with my thoughts on what we can do for one another, not against one another, and what we can do for ourselves, right? To live in a wholehearted way as we move through our days. So I want to thank my beautiful Tasha for engaging this conversation with me today, fully present, fully engaged. So lovely. Thank you for being my subscriber, Tasha. And thank you all to my subscribers for being here. And if this is your first time here or your 10th time here and you haven't subscribed, please do. Click the notification bell, and in that way you'll always be notified when I post a video. Then you can watch it or listen to me anytime. So share my video with anyone you think might benefit. Let me know, give me a comment if you want to say something on the subject in a positive way that might help others, and give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. I'm going to do much more of this during these really wild times in the Wild West, it feels like. So I send my love, all my blessings. Have a wonderful evening wherever you are. Thank you for being here.